Hey, what's up everybody? In this video, I'm going to review Princess Snow White at skill level 4, 5, and 6. Now I do have another video that cover Princess Snow White at the lower skill level at skill level 1, 2, and 3. In that video, I do go over some of her strategy as well as her stats. So if you're looking for that video, check it out in the description below and I'll also link it to the top right hand corner. Or you can just stay until the end of this video and then I'll link it there as well. But for this video, I will focus on skill level 4, 5, and 6. And guys, this is one of the Tsums that you probably want to get if you need a coin earner. So if you don't have Jedi Luke or Beast or any of the top coin earners, you might want to consider maxing out your Snow White because she is actually really good. And not only is she really good, she's also really easy to use. You don't have to play around with the gyro or chain really fast or anything like that. Her strategy is relatively basic. So if you want a really good coin earner that's really easy to use, Princess Snow White is the one you want to get. And also, it doesn't take her too many skill tickets to get her to skill level 6. So that's another good thing about Princess Snow White. She's relatively easy to max out compared to the other Tsums that require 36 skill tickets to max out. And if you guys are enjoying this type of content where I review Tsums as well as do monthly leaks, please consider subscribing to this channel. It does help me out a lot. Now let's talk a little bit more about her strategy. Her strategy remains relatively the same between skill level 1 through skill level 6. A couple of things that you need to know about her ability is that her screen doesn't freeze. And what I mean by that is sometimes when you activate an ability, the screen completely freezes and it doesn't continue to drop. But in this case for Princess Snow White, during her ability time, the Tsums will continue to fall. So the only thing you really need to do is you want to spam the ability button as soon as your Princess Snow White is about to be fully charged. You want to essentially activate the carry-over effect. And what the carry-over effect essentially is that let's say if you clear 20 Tsums off the screen and you only need 16 to activate the ability, the 4 will go into your next charge-up bar. So it will require less Tsums to activate the ability on your second go-around. You also want to be strategic with the bubbles that are made after her initial ability. What you want to do after the bubbles are made, you want to try to keep the bubbles in the center area and burst them while they are in the center of the screen. Ultimately, what you want to strive for is burst bubbles that are touching Tsums all 360 degrees. If a bubble ends up at the bottom of the screen and you burst it, you're essentially wasting half of the burst. And that also goes for bubbles that are on the sides or at the very top. So ideally you want to pop the center one and then the top one and then the lowest one that you could find. If you burst the bottom one first, there is a possibility that your other bubbles that are on top will fall down. You will always get 3 magic bubbles after you activate her ability, so use those wisely on how you want to burst them and where you want to burst them. The more strategic you are, the more coins you're going to earn. The next thing I want to show you guys is Princess Snow White's ability activated at the same time. So like I mentioned in the previous video, her animation is a little bit long, but I think that in this case it is worth it because she is a top coin earner. So let me slow this down and walk you through what's actually going on. So the animation will play through and there's really not much you could do at this point. It will just play through and it'll do its little burst. And the burst area is always going to be in the middle and this is going to be the range. You'll see that for skill level 6, almost the entire screen is burst away. And skill level 5 and 4, they're a little bit smaller, but if you look at skill level 6 and skill level 4, you'll notice that there is a significant difference between skill level 6 and skill level 4. So as we play through here, for skill level 4, I got a chain of 28, and skill level 5, I got a chain of 32, and skill level 6, I got a chain of 39. And that's a really big difference between skill level 6 and skill level 4, so which is why I think that skill level 6 is worth it for Princess Snow White. Now, if you look at the position of all of these bubbles, they're the same. Regardless of skill level 4, 6, or even 1, they're always going to be in this position. So what I recommend is to pop the bubbles in sequence. You could pop the left one, and then the top one, and then the bottom one. But as long as your bubbles are touching Tsums all around, you're also okay there. So the sequence doesn't matter as long as you're bursting bubbles where Tsums are touching all the way around. And then I'm going to fast forward the gameplay here to the very end. Overall, I think that Princess Snow White is an amazing Tsum to have. You definitely want to get at least 1 copy of Princess Snow White, so that way you can level her up with your skill tickets if you don't have any at the moment. And for skill level 4, I was able to get 3,263 coins. At skill level 5, I got 3,676. And then for skill level 6, I was able to get 7,954 coins. And these were pretty consistent. I played this again a couple of times and I was able to get in the same range. And keep in mind, these are my base coin earnings without coin boost on. So if you have the coin boost on, you definitely could get into the 10,000 range. Princess Snow White is not the best coin earner, or maybe not even the top 3, but she is easily one of the easiest Tsums to use to earn a large amount of coins. So she is worth it to get. And take a look at the score as well. At skill level 6, I was able to get 19 million points. Comparing it to skill level 4 and 5, I was only able to get 8 million. So a big jump there once you get your Princess Snow White to skill level 6. And I haven't seen this drastic difference between skill level 5 and 6 in a really long time. So I really do think that if you're able to get Princess Snow White to skill level 6, it is worth it. And if you have one copy, that's great. You could also decide to invest in her later. So let's also compare her to skill level 1 through skill level 6. And the significant change, look at skill level 1 compared to skill level 6, there is a major difference there. For skill level 1, I only got 4.7 million points, only got 1,300 coins. So the difference is very, very significant there. Alright guys, so hopefully this video has been helpful for you guys and showing you how effective Princess Snow White is. And if you guys would like to see more Tsum content just like this, definitely don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.